Feel free to introduce me as the world's foremost.
11 pound.
We are live, by the way.
Okay.
Just to let y'all know. If you can't tell by the background noise, it's Thursday night and we got the whole crew here. I'll let you. There's old Mike McFarland right there. He's here with us.
What's up?
And look at this. The world's foremost expert on wacky worm fishing, ZW.
Two-time 10-pound plus catcher.
He's caught more than two of them with me.
And an 11 even. Woo!
ZW, old Zach Watts is with us as well. So we got the whole crew tonight. Let's get it set up here in our spot here.
We got the A crew.
The A team is here in full effect. We're getting comments already. Let's see what we got here. Oh, whoa.
Easy now.
Whoa, killer. Trying to open them. God, dog it.
Hate this world of
I'm going to tell you, me and technology, huh?
Hey, it's...
Hey!
Look at there.
We're up.
I don't know how you can read that stuff.
We're up and running. I got questions. Beautiful. All right, Z, you're not going to be able to see yourself, and I know that's going to drive you crazy because you're a bit of a narcissist, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. So, hey, welcome back to Top 5 Baits on a Thursday night. We're going to talk about the best bass fishing baits for this week, and I have done about as much fishing as you're seeing me do right now all week. I've taken another week off here, my second week. Next week I'll be back on the water, so we'll talk about that. But since I was off the water, I went and got this guy who absolutely wrecked them just the other day. He's going to give you his top 5 baits, what's working best right now this week, because that's what we pride ourselves on doing here. And this guy right here, he's here for color commentary and comedic relief, you might say.
Every now and then I come off with a good snappy one.
Yeah.
Moral support.
Moral support. There he is.
Moral support.
He's really
when a guy has 3 double-digit fish to his come on, that's always something. He's got something.
He's got
to say.
something, man. I guarantee you. I'm telling you that all blind luck. He's just the luckiest dude.
Come on, that could be.
Sometimes it better be lucky than good.
Whatever it is, that dog's finding the bone.
He's got it. He's got it. Old Tom Lowe's here. He knows who both y'all are because he's a religious watcher of the channel. He says,
T-Lo, what's up, baby?
To Mikey and Z-Dub. We got a bunch of folks here. Monster Bassin saying what's up. Jimmy 2 Case, Crazy Sibs, Vaughn's Fishing. Well, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah. Hey, man, giving the love right back to you guys. Giving the love right back to you.
So you guys go ahead. I'm actually just going to kind of referee this thing, and I'm going to...
Did word get out that ZW was going to be on the live?
I guess so.
I mean, look at all these people joining.
I guess so.
That's money, baby.
So I'm just going to kind of monitor...
I know it definitely ain't me.
So I'm going to monitor the questions tonight. So you guys drop them in. We'll answer as many as possible. Mike's going to give us top 5 baits. Mike, give us some baits, man. What's the best 5 baits this week?
Man, you know,
talk to us.
Sticking with the shaky head, everybody. You know, it's that time of year, them big worms and stuff. So I'm still sticking with that Santone 5/16 ounce football shaky head.
He meant 6 cent shaky head.
Yeah, well, either or. And we're there's no I in team, but this is mine and that's his, and they work well.
Yeah.
And so, here's the thing, man. I'm gonna let the master tell you about the worm we're throwing.
Yeah. So the Santone shaky head's really good. It is a great shaky head. It's got a good stand up head, big wide football head, which you love in the shell beds. I know. Yeah. Me, myself, and I fish a little bit differently. I fish a little bit heavier cover sometimes than Mike does. So I go to the 6 cent shaky head. It's got a rounder head, comes through that type of stuff better.
And I like that head.
The one thing that I will say about the other 6 cents one, though, that I wish Santone would do, I wish Santone would come out with this.
And I'm with you.
6 cents, the big 5/8 ounce shaky head has a 7/0 hook. That's about the difference right there. So Santone, Kathy, I love you. Love you. Y'all are a great company. Y'all make a lot of great stuff. Make us a shaky head with a 7/0 though.
I'm going to ask her about it. I'm going to ask her about it. A little heavier.
But the worm, that's the new mag crawler from 6 cents. Oh, big worm.
Yep.
Big perm. And that's a 9-inch straight tail worm. It's a great one. Be sure and watch Monday's video right here on this channel because we're going to do something that's never been done on camera before using that worm right there on Monday's video. So make sure you watch that.
One of the things that I've been doing is I'm actually dipping that tail either chartreuse or orange. And yesterday's, the bigger fish came on the orange tail. I don't really believe that is going to make that much of a difference, to be honest with you. But we definitely had bigger bites when we dipped that tail orange.
Mike, how much of that tail do you actually dip? Because I've seen going up to the second ring or even the whole inch of the tail. Nighthawk, show them where we at here.
For me, I literally go about a 1/2 inch, not much more. If you look at a brim's tail, the whole tail ain't chartreuse. It's just that end. So usually not much more than a 1/2, 3/4 inch.
There you go.
You know, and I am throwing this dragging uphill.
Speaking of dragging,
that's the key.
That's Dragon right there. That's Dragon right there.
Oh.
That's it. That's his nickname, y'all. Dragon.
In essence, with the Magnum Crawler, we're using the green pumpkin, chartreuse tail, or orange tail, and then I'm actually swapping over to just a regular Smash Tech worm, which I'll let Billy show you again on that shaky head.
Yeah.
And this is in red shad, and I actually go to the 1/4 ounce with that because there's a lot of suspending fish. That ribbon tail has that falling motion, a little bit of lighter shaky head. It will give some of them suspenders time to see it and maybe possibly follow it down to the bottom.
Smash Tech 10-inch worm right there.
Smash Tech 10-inch worm. So those are that's number 1 bait right there. It's 2 different baits, but that's my number 1 bite.
All right, what's number 2?
My number 2 bite is a Carolina rig with an impact shad.
Ooh,
yeah, and green pumpkin magic.
Using the bubble fry on the Carolina rig?
I have been throwing the bubble fry a little bit, Smash Tech bubble fry.
But this is like Lake Fork when we got big fish.
I'm catching fish on the bubble fry. I'm getting big fish on this right here.
This is the 7-inch impact shad, the big boy.
7-inch.
What size hook do you rig that with?
I run it at either a 6, a 7, or an 8 odd. 6 is a little small. If I want it to fall slow, I'll run a 6. But I've been lately the 8 odd.
See, on the Carolina rig, I kind of like the 6 odd, give it a little more action.
Yeah, it just depends on the fall rate.
Depends on what you want, right?
Yep. And I am doing the same thing on the tail. Chartreuse is better on that particular deal.
And that's green pumpkin magic right there. 7-inch impact shad on Carolina rig. Okay, that's number 2.
That's bait 2.
What we at on number 3? What we
bait 3 now.
That's my bait.
Yeah.
He stole this out of my garage.
Oh, Yeller.
Yeah, remember how we talked about McFarland little weak in shallow water? Well, not anymore.
You've been hanging around me too.
I've been hanging around somebody.
You've been hanging around me too.
Somebody.
But it's
that time, guys. It's that time now. The other day we had about 6 or 7 blow-ups. They didn't actually eat the bait.
This is old beat up Yellow Belly. Got the legs all torn off it. She looking poor. He found that laying on the cabinet in my garage. Said I got to show him this one. So
I forgot to bring a frog over. He said bring him 5 top baits, and I forgot a frog. I knew he had one for sure. I went in the garage, guys. These things are like laying all over like dead crickets. They're like dead crickets out there, all dead, beat up. This one's got no legs. I mean, you go in there and you go, okay, they eat the yellow frog. It's pretty obvious.
Right.
But I do throw the white one, the white version, just a greenback, or the yellow. I'm not sure that makes all that much a difference. I mean,
again, on color for me, it's like I don't know that I'm throwing the right color, but when I throw Yellow Belly, I know I'm not throwing the wrong color.
There you go. What I'm saying? Confidence thing.
There you go.
But we are ready to have that frog bite, and this rain, this kind of weather's going to make that bite really kick on. All right, that's bait 3. Bait 4. Those are that right there. That's what I'm catching my better fish with. If I get to the point where I need to catch a bite, we want to catch anything, just get bit, I'm going to the brush piles.
Desperation.
Yep. If we're starting to desperation,
what we throwing?
And we're throwing a Santone finesse jig.
Oh, finesse jig.
And that's Mexican heather.
Oh, gotta get over here.
That's a Mexican heather with a Rage Craw chunk.
Just
and that chunk is called Bass Candy. Bass Candy is the color on the chunk.
That's watermelon candy for any other
candy.
Like any other plastic company would call it watermelon candy, but Strike King calls it Bass Candy. So.
I'm specifically putting that in the brush piles, about 18 to 22 feet.
Nice.
And bait number 5 is I'm drop shotting those same brush piles. And this is it's a trick worm, but it's not a Magnum trick worm.
That's enough of the drop shot. We're good on that. He's drop shotting, guys. All right, that means it's the end of the road, so we're just drop shotting.
And I'll say it to you this way. All right, I hate it when we get to this point. If we throwing this drop shot on fork, it's 1 in 100 days that I do it, and I do it just out of pure desperation.
It ain't a good day.
I'd rather zero than go drop shotting on Lake Fork. Just think a cup of tea for 4.
It ain't a good day.
But that's my top 5 right there.
Have any of us fished Lake Cumberland? That is in Kentucky, and I have not. Mike?
Nope.
Mike has not.
I know about it, but I've never fished it.
Z has
I
not.
have not fished Lake Cumberland.
Chris says this is not a drop shot channel. LOL.
Amen.
Chris, you were a fan of this channel.
Hey man, Chris, I came from the West Coast, and if I never drop shot again the rest of my entire life, amen.
Yeah, you're right. We don't care about no drop shot around here.
So Mike and Billy, real quick, what differentiates the Smash Tech worm from any of the other worms on the market? So for me, so my first...
You talking about Big Perm?
No, right here. So this is my first look at the Smash Tech worm.
Well, this one's missing a little bit of the head.
Yeah, that's fine. So the first thing I notice is the width of the tail.
Yep.
That's something big. I mean, it looks like it should be at spring break in Cabo or something with that big old tail.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a big tail.
You might even say hashtag welltail. Drop it in the comments right now, hashtag welltail.
Hey.
But I mean, that's the first thing I noticed. Is that one of the main differentiators there for the Smash Tech worm?
I never even...
There's other worms that have big tails like this, Z, but it definitely is designed with a bigger tail because that's going to get more vibration. It's going to get more water movement, more action.
And honestly, Z, that's why I decided to go a little lighter on that, because I knew that would put some drag and it would let that bait fall through that water.
And you fishing that deeper, huh, Mike?
Yes, sir. I'm still putting the boat in 12, throwing out in 25.
Because B-Law knows Z ain't a deep water fisherman.
Yeah.
12 foot, and I'm ready. I'm as deep as I get.
Right. I've heard some guys talking about just taking the 3/8 ounce tungsten, pegging it, Texas rigging, and fishing in the shallow water where places like Billy's familiar with the grass, and they're throwing the same colors. They're throwing the Smash Tech worm, not the crawler, and that's working pretty good in the shallow water as well. But I tell you what, I really do, and now that you pointed it out, I didn't notice it, but that big old swagging tail is helping that thing fall real slow, and those suspenders have some time to look at it, and even some of the fish on this one are being caught. They're taking it on the fall before it ever gets to the bottom.
ZW with them deep thoughts, call him Jack Handy. That's from T-Lo right there. All right, so here we go.
Keep liking them Instagram,
Mike,
baby. They keep coming.
That's it. Mike, have you thought about posting your Facebook videos on a YouTube channel for those of us that don't use Facebook?
I have. I absolutely have.
Great question, by the way, Mr. Jones.
Facebook will work on that. I should have already done that for you too.
Other way around, you got to upload them to YouTube.
Right, that's what I mean. Upload them to YouTube. That's all you got to do is be uploaded. Start a channel, and that's coming soon. Thanks for asking that.
Best place to order 10-aught and 12-aught flashy swimmer hooks from. I'm the weedless swim bait guy in this group, so I'll go ahead and tell you, Tackle Warehouse. It's about the only place you can order them online, Tackle Warehouse, that I know of. I buy them at Oak Ridge Marina because they got them big 10-aught flashy swimmers there. But if I was ordering them online, I'd go Tackle Warehouse.
Yeah, it's hard to beat Tackle Warehouse.
How long of a leader are you using for your Carolina rig, Mike?
That depends too. In most cases, I like a 4 foot, but when I really see these fish suspending a lot, I'm going to extend as long as I can handle it, as long as the client can throw it. I like a 4.5, 5, or even 6 foot leader, but it starts to be weird. It starts to fly through the air and give you some hassle. As long as you're 4 feet, no less than 4 feet.
Somebody said they ordered some from Bass Pro, the owner of Flashy Swimmer Hooks. Cool, cool. Paris, Texas in the house, was in Running Creek today. You're lucky I've been off the water or I'd have to shoot you. I'm just saying. No, Running Creek's good.
Where's that? Where's Running Creek?
No
comment. Is that anything near Running Deer Creek?
I've got a map chip.
Is that anything you can buy? Running Deer Creek?
Yeah, it's right by.
That was called Running Deer.
Mike's the worst with saying the wrong names.
Hey, I used to live on Running Deer. 3028 Running Deer Lake.
What lure should I use when fishing for smallmouth near big rock and points made by rocks? So rock point, smallmouth. I'll be honest with you, I don't like it, but if I was fishing for smallmouth in the summertime on rock points, drop shot, baby.
I got some good.
Drop shot. Go ahead, Mike.
Let me build off that question. Does Smash Tech make a grub?
A grub?
Say a 3.5, 4 inch grub. Because when I think smallmouth,
we got some of those smallmouths here.
The first thing I'm thinking is a 3.5 inch grub.
We got someone.
We don't have
smallmouth.
Yeah, he does.
Somebody knows a smallmouth.
He makes a very good drop shot finesse worm that's even smaller than this, and it would be great for smallmouth. He does not have a grub.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you what. I don't mean to be arrogant, but it's right up my alley. Lake Mead's full of rock, nothing but rock, full of smallmouths. Havasu full of smallmouths. That's his house full of
neighborhood where he's from.
The deal is this. You want to catch him in the middle of summer, I got the best trick. He just keyed on it, all right? You want to take a darter head, like a quarter-ounce starter head. You're going to put a curly tail on it. You try swimming it through it. If they want to chase, they're going to take that. If they don't want to chase, you're going to take that curly tail off, and you're going to put a little beaver, okay, small beaver on there. On that darter head, you'll hop that beaver, and it will actually spiral down. When you hop it hard, like you're ripping a jig, and it spirals real goofy on the fall, smallmouth killer right there, and always a tube. You can't ever, smallmouths in tubes are like...
Giving up the top secret smallmouth info.
It's like peanut butter and chocolate.
Mike T-Lo says short guys can't throw a 5 to 6 foot leader on Carolina.
It's tough. It's tough. And you know, another thing is... in some of the clearer water, if you happen to be clear water on them smallmouths,
you laughing at him?
You can use a spade bait.
Low.
Easy on the language.
Like the short guys can't.
We lie.
Because I'm picturing him on the front of that boat on his tippy toes. Hey, no, I got it.
This is fun.
No, tip of the week right here. T-Lo, when you need to throw a 5 to 6 foot leader on your Carolina rig, bring you a step stool, bro. Get up on that step stool like you sight fishing.
Or get you an 8 foot rod. That helps a lot with him. The longer the rod, the longer the leader helps a lot. That's pretty good.
So some of the people are seeing my kid back here in the window sticking his head in here. That's my oldest son, Ty.
That's pretty awesome.
Key money.
Who loves the camera, by the way. He loves the camera.
He's dying back there. He's wondering what we're doing in here.
Stand on the motor. Somebody told you to stand on the motor.
That's pretty good.
That is good. Oh my goodness. I got a
copter on you when you get that 6 foot leader. But if you go to a 1 ounce weight.
Raise your hand if you've caught a 10-pounder this year. 2 of them were on the chat. Yours and mine. Have you caught a 10 personally?
Yeah.
We've all caught 10-pounders. Everybody out there, raise y'all's hand. Or put it in the comments, I guess you might say. Appreciate that. T-Lo is killing it in the comments tonight. That's why that dude won the Fish with a Subscriber chip right there. Because he wins the comment section quite often. Oh, let me see if I can find some more questions.
Well, while he's shot a few questions, one more little for that guy that asked about smallmouths. If your water's clear, it has to be clear to do this. But they got a little spy bait. It's basically it's a countdown, and you can really catch a lot of fish. Smallmouths will eat the tar out of that. And you just basically throw that bait out, count down to the depth you want. It's usually about a half a foot per second, and just slow reel it back like a spinner bait. And it's called spy bait because it just really goes all over. And man, them smallmouths will come out of them rocks and
We're losing signal.
Don't say I want to ask them.
There it goes. It came back.
Hey, we're back. Hey, all the guys that are there waving your hand saying it means you caught a 10-pounder. Any of you, did you catch it from the chip? If you did, let's do a thumbs up. All right?
Yeah, give us
caught it from the chip. I want
there you
a thumbs
go.
up.
Give us a thumbs up if you caught your 10-pounder using the map chip on Lake Fork. That'd be cool. How is the chatterbait doing? Well, the chatterbait bite is the same as the swimbait bite was for me. Now, guys, I've been off the water for about 10 days at this point. I hadn't been fishing, so I got Mike here to help y'all tonight. But here's the deal. It was very good still early, or like on a day like today when you get rain, it probably work all day. But it was very good early and late.
I'm not sure the fish are really in reaction mode right now.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Short and sweet when they are. They don't do it for a long period of time.
The consistent bite was early in the morning on the chatterbait, and then throughout the day there'd be these little magical windows where you go like 2 hours and you ain't had a sniff on nothing, but you just keep grinding with that swim bait and that chatterbait, and then all of a sudden you catch 3 or 4 or 5. Like I'm talking about in a couple casts. Yeah. Like we had a triple.
Yeah,
as in me and my 2 customers all were hooked up at the same time. Like when they fire, they just all fire at the same time.
And that's the way the damage was done yesterday. And an hour and a half, first thing in the morning, an hour and a half is just full throttle. And a lot of times in summertime, what you got to realize is we get used to these feeding windows, especially like April or May. These post-spawn windows where they're biting all day. They eat periodically every hour. They have a 2-hour window of feeding, and you're catching and getting bit for 2 hours. As the hotter it gets, the shorter those windows actually get. And they'll spend less time hunting. They're, like Billy talked about last time, they're closer to deep water, so that distance they have to cover is they're not burning calories, so they do it in little shorter spurts. That's why you got to stay grinding. That's the hardest thing to do, is stay grinding.
Ben Bossy said his bite was boom, boom, boom yesterday. That's how it happens. And sometimes, when you get to the heat of summer, when you get to them dog days, into July, August, that's the way it goes down every single year. Y'all go ahead and ask some more questions, guys. If you asked a question and we missed it, please drop it in again. There's been so many comments tonight that I can't possibly scroll through all of them to back check you guys. So if you got a question, please pop it in again. Or if you have a new question, pop that in as well. Z, give us something, man.
So one question I was going to ask is from the 2 professionals sitting here to my... Well, I might as well ask myself this question. No, seriously, this time of year, you mentioned the dog days of summer, how things can kick off really good from 8 to 9 and then be, non-existent, and then from 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, they just pop up again.
Yep.
When the fishing is like that, what do you guys do as professional guides out there on one of the best lakes in the country? What do you do? Do you go back to old school and say, well, let me just do what I've always done, or do you target where the bass should be, or are you just riding around, kind of spending a lot of time looking at your graphs to try to find fish in deeper water?
Go ahead, Mike.
Great question. A combination, a little bit of everything. I'm a searcher. Do I believe like a deer hunter? If they ain't deer, if you got your guide, he's going to tell you, let's keep hiking. And we're not talking about sitting in tree stands, sitting in blinds. You get your guide and he takes off in the woods and you just stay behind him. He's going to go find them deer for you. So I tend to do the same thing for a certain substantial amount of time. At the same point, we got to do some fishing. can't idle and look for fish all day and say we found nothing. So sometimes you may not find what you're looking for, and you have to learn to settle. And you compromise, and maybe you settle on the bait that happens to be on the hump. Fish aren't there right now. The bait's McDonald's, and you hope that they come while you're waiting, while you're putting some grind time on it. So sometimes I call it settle time. I like to keep looking. I don't look by wetting the line. But a lot of times I gotta wet a line just to test an area, or maybe just settle.
Sometimes when you're in the heat of summer now, and Mike, you can testify to this, you can get on, if you get your timing dialed in, but you can smack them. Like you'll go do your morning bite, and if you're on the water every day like we are, sometimes every once in a while you get your timing right where you know they're going to bite on that pond dam at 9:30, and they're going to bite on that point at 11:15, and you're still going to have periods of inactivity in between those, but you know when you're kind of predicting your flurries are coming. That doesn't happen often, but it's great when it does. For me, when I'm searching, when I'm grinding, I get my morning bite. Now, it's a grind, and I don't really know where to go next. The biggest thing is I am going to get on the electronics and fish that deep water a bunch. Unless I have shallow water fish that I know will bite in spurts throughout the day. If I know shallow water fish will bite at some point, then I'll stay there and I'll grind them until I find them. I'll stay in those areas and fish. There we go.
Listen, if you do a lot of running around instead of grinding, you could be running in that 10-minute window when they turned on you should have stayed. It's
the time of year that the decisions are most important because I fight that battle all the time, balancing deep and shallow, because I do both this time of year. And when I am deep, I will absolutely run as fast as I can, and I don't look long. When I'm looking, I want to see them, or I'm gone in a hurry. And I don't. If I do see them, it kind of depends on what I see. It's a balancing act, and it's a bunch of decisions to be made. But basically, the only time that I'm going to stay in one spot very long is if I roll up on my electronics and I see bloop, 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 and everything's perfect. There's a bunch of fish there. They're set up right on the structure. There's bait in the area around them. If all that's happening, then I'm going to wait them fish out. If otherwise, I'm sticking and moving, for me.
So to summarize my question, what I'm hearing here is, for me and all of my fans out here in YouTube land, we don't get to get on the water every day like you guys, unfortunately. We all wish we could, but we don't. So for the guys like us that can't get on that pattern like you was talking about, Billy, where they're going to catch them here at 9:30, here at 10:30.
We ain't always on that either.
No, I get that. I get that. But for guys like me, and again, I'll say again, all my fans out there, what we're doing here is what you guys would recommend to guys like us is to do what you know right off the bat, okay, and then maybe fall back and start searching a little bit.
And search until you find something that gives you the absolute most confidence.
Okay, here's
the key right there.
Once you have the absolute most confidence in that area, and you know in your heart there's fish there, and it's just a matter of time, then you grind those fish out until they bite, because at some point they're going to bite.
Now here's what I want to elaborate on this a little bit, because now I can answer the question even a little, just one block farther. All right, stick to areas since you don't get to be on the water as much as us. Me, for example, let me backstart myself. Me, for example, when I say I go shopping and searching, I don't mean like I'm just hoping to see what we find. I got hundreds of waypoints of shell beds. I got hundreds of waypoints of brush piles. I actually am making what I call a milk run now. So I'm going here, 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 and I know where these fish, what they do, what they use by replication, etc., etc. And so I'm not just blind out there exploring. I'm searching shallow to deep, and I eliminate. But the bottom line is for you, pick an area. Pick a circumference area. Make that the lake, okay? So Heartbreak Ridge.
Commit to it.
Yes. You got Heartbreak Ridge, you got deep water, shallow water, and everything. Commit to that area. Find them somewhere in the equation instead of running all over the lake.
There you go. Have any of you guys done any night fishing? I have not done any night fishing at all this year. Mike, I don't think you have either. Do you have any information on night fishing? Has anybody talked to you about night fishing?
Not really. Not worth trying to spit anything out.
Yeah, sorry guys.
I have actually done a little bit of night fishing.
Okay.
The last week or two, me and DW. And where we had our most success is around docks and piers that's got lights on the outside.
Green lights?
Yes, sir.
The underwater green lights? And what baits are catching them?
The 6 Cents black and blue crankbait.
Yeah.
Square bill.
Movement 80X or square bill?
No, Movement 80X.
So 6 Cents Movement 80X and the black with the blue stripes on it, that's a bad little dude.
Cool color.
And I think the key to that bait is the red eyes. Because when I lived over in Louisiana, way before 6 Cents was even a company, we used to buy Storm crankbaits.
Yep.
And we would they had red eyes on a Fire Tiger
I remember
crankbait.
that.
We used to put Vaseline on the eyes, spray paint the thing black, and go out there and throw it around lights, and we'd wear them out. And now 6 inches come out.
Makes
with
the
one.
black
It's just-
crankbait red eye.
Awesome.
It's unbelievable.
Awesome.
Working on.
Awesome.
Plus, you got the weedless factor that Movement 80X is so.
I know them guys that know the night bite out there hammer it sometimes. I mean, they have spring-like days in the middle of summer at night.
All right, what's your thoughts on you? Oh, kick me out. Kick me down there. I got another comment. What's your thoughts on using the Movement 80X? Okay, we're back, guys. Hey, I'm sorry about that. We lost connection there. Somebody asked about using the Movement 80X around shallow cypress trees this time of year. If I'm on a lake like Lake Caddo that has no deep water to speak of, then I'm a fan of cypress trees and the shade they provide, and the knees have the cover and the grass around them. And I'm a fan of a Movement 80X anytime I have that type of cover. I don't care what time of year.
I don't feel so bad about my life.
There we go. All right, it's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back.
Something about that live.
I'm telling you, it's a tough battle out here in East Texas trying to do live shows. We'll try to keep knocking these questions out.
Just myself, I would prefer the Sunline and the Sunline Shooter, but tend to use the red label, the cigar red label. I change it more frequently. It's just a little more inexpensive, and as a guide, I go through it a lot. So
And it's tough. It won't let you down.
Tough.
It's not the highest quality fluorocarbon, but it won't let you down.
It will not. I have sometimes in that 20-pound, I got a wooden dowel to break the doggone stuff.
Well, if I'm throwing a weightless bait on fluorocarbon, I drop down to 10 or 12 pound. My wacky worm, I always stay with 15 because the bait still sinks consistently, even with 15 pounds.
That's how that joker catches double-digit fish on a wacky worm.
If I jump up to a Texas rig or something I'm going to eat like Carolina rig, then I move to 17 pound.
Yeah.
But it's all red label.
Yeah.
Okay, let me backtrack. Everyone out there knows that I'm the world's foremost expert on wacky worm fishing.
Everybody knows.
I do.
That's just common accepted knowledge.
I do not throw the red label on my wacky worm. I throw the Invis-X.
Because of the memory.
Absolutely. I just did keyed in me right away. First thing I thought is that the red label does have a lot of memory. I got two things that will help you with it if you want to use it. Number one, get you some KVD spray, and when you put it on, when you spool it, soak it for wacky that drive you nuts.
So any trip dates open in mid-September. I am full in mid-September.
Mike, I'm ready. Come on, let's
Mike's
go.
got them for mid-September. Hit Mike up. Me and Mike actually just also worked on it today a lot. We're going to release for sale next week brand new map chip that's going to be tournament specific. So for all you guys coming to the excuse me, there had to take a little break. For all you guys that are going to be fishing the Sealy Outdoors, we're actually making a map chip that's tailored specifically for the Sealy Outdoors tournament for unders, overs, and combining both of our knowledge bases on Lake Fork, using spots from both of us. So that will actually be up for sale. Hopefully next Wednesday is when that's going to go up for sale. We will be letting you know. You will see ads rolling on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. So check those out. If you come to Sealy Outdoors, be sure and get you one of the map chips.
Hey, let me tell you something. This is actually, the truth is that this is the first time. We've been working together all year, but this is the first time that we've officially put something together for the chip.
Yeah.
And this is one meaty chip.
It's bad.
It's bad, boy.
So I was just about to interrupt and say, Billy, is it a good time to introduce Mike as a new contributor to the map chip product?
Well, he is now. We just introduced him. And T-Lo wants to know, ZW, do you have any dates open coming up?
I was just thinking, I actually do.
Yeah.
I actually do have a few dates open
You're
in
going
September.
wacky worm fishing, I guarantee you're going wacky worm fishing.
It says it on my website, okay? PeterGazzini.com. It does say that we will not fish deeper than 12 foot in my boat. Okay?
We're going to get him a wrap on his boat that says wacky, and wacky.
But the good news is the day rate is just 2 fists a crown.
That's it, baby. I got the gas.
Two
You just bring
fists a
that
crown.
ground water. Water is provided by you, preferably brown.
That's it. That's it. All right, Mike, you have an Ultrex. It's an Ultrex question.
Yes, sir.
Ultrex trolling motor. Does it lock up and cut off from turning backward? Just got one, and it will lock up and jump off lock.
Yeah, that's more of a troubleshooting issue.
That
Mine's
sounds
been
like
working
that's
fine.
yeah. That sounds like something you might need to talk to the folks at.
You either need to try and recalibrate it. Maybe you didn't calibrate it in the beginning, and they are known for having a little bit of gremlins in them. So you may have to have it serviced. That's more of a troubleshooting. I wish I could give you more. If they do act up, if they aren't holding their spots, there's something wrong with the unit because it's capable of locking down on
I've
that
been
spot.
in many boats that have. I've never seen it do that. So definitely contact your dealer and get that fixed.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking, so does that mean you're not doing your map chip separate? No, that does not mean that. The map chip that I do every 2 months, there will be a new one out September 1st, and that one is designed to help you catch the best quality fish you possibly can. That's the spots that I pick that I think are going to work the best for you to catch a lot of quality fish. Now on Lake Fork, there's a slot limit. Can't keep anything between 16 and 24 inches for a tournament. Most of the fish that I'm trying to help you catch on those spots are slot fish. The majority of the fish that I'm trying to target are slot fish. For a tournament, we've designed a chip that's specifically for under the slot and over the slot fish.
Yes, we did.
So it's two separate deals, separate spots, separate baits, two totally different advice based on what your goal is. If your goal is to go out and have the most fun fishing trip, catch the most quality fish you can, then you want my map chip for September and October. If your goal is to win some money at a tournament, especially one that's in September
or October in the Berkeley.
Well, we're going to make a separate one for October. We're going to sell one for Sealy Outdoors right up until the day Sealy starts. As soon as Sealy's over, we're going to make another one that's designed specifically for the Berkeley tournament in October. So we're going to change some of them spots up. Some of them may be the same. But we're going to make chips that are specifically designed for individual big bass tournaments that are coming up in the fall. So two separate deals, two separate goals.
We're also going to add, at least on some of the McFarland Corners and my Facebook shows, we're going to start having some tournament advice, some tournament techniques, some strategies that you can use in these tournaments to cash your more checks, and potentially some strategies you can use to catch that big fish and win that truck and that boat.
And each chip separately will retail for $50. Same for each one. I've seen somebody comment about the price. Got a question for ZW. Have you ever tried to dip a wacky worm in crown?
Yes. I mean, hey, the wacky worm has those days as well where, you fish for 2 or 3 hours till your elbow starts hurting on a wacky worm. I don't know if it's so much dipping the wacky worm in crown or actually sipping a little bit more additional crown to make you fish slower. Honestly, we would never promote drinking crown in a boat.
We don't drink crown in a boat. Hey, we joke.
Not a good thing. But no, that's a great question. No, I've never dipped a wacky worm in crown.
I've got the answer for him. It's easy does it, but the problem is we only catch those bass that have all the black spots like tattoos. We catch all the wild bass.
Oh yeah,
we get all the troubled bass, mostly males.
Hey,
males.
all them body rotten bass.
me and ZW, we like them big girls got a little ink on them. I'm just saying, we do. You can check past videos for verification. I'm just saying.
Hey, I have taken a striper before and poured a whole coat down his throat just to see it foam up, and I guess it's supposed to spin their brain out. It won't kill them, but it'll spin their brain out. They'll sit on the water for about 10 minutes, in circles, and then...
The biggest question tonight is, who took off tomorrow? Because, I mean, Billy, we need a fourth for golf, don't we?
Yeah. You might want to come play golf with me and ZW out here in East Texas tomorrow. If you do, phone number is 903-519-1542. Please wait till the live stream is over and shoot your boy a text.
That's going to be a fun time, man.
Because me, ZW, and ZW's dad, old Mr. Rich, are all...
Papa Rich!
Yeah.
Who started it all?
Me and Z and Papa Rich are going to play golf in the morning. So if somebody wants to be our fourth, man, hit me up, text me, we're going to do it.
Wow, that's the first time in a while. That sounds about equal to going fishing. I can fish tomorrow, but they're about equal. I wouldn't mind going golfing. I don't even golf. And just being with these guys, man, it's a blast.
It's a good time.
Yes, sir.
Ben Shobe says he's never tried it, but I'll golf with you, brother. If you got tomorrow off, man, we're going to be golfing right here outside of Van a little ways.
Hey,
so
secret though, from what I understand, this boy right here can golf.
That dude right there can golf.
Hey, my phone's ringing. That may be a subscriber.
That may be somebody trying to golf.
Hold on, guys. No, that's just a bill collector.
They get nothing.
I know.
Oh, I can't keep up with the comments. Holy cow.
It's almost comical.
This has been a great night.
Yeah.
What a great show.
We have definitely reached our time. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap it. I'm dead serious. The first person to text me when we get done with this live stream, when I close this out, first person to text me that wants to be the fourth, more than welcome. Ben Shobe, be it whoever it is, give me a text. Hang on, come back, baby. Then we got more now. Hey, we're back. Sorry about that. We're trying to close it out, but seriously though, the golf thing is real. If y'all want to text me, we will go golfing tomorrow. Mike, thank you for doing the top 5 bass because Mike's been on the water. So you guys give Mike a little round of it. Do the little hand clap comment for Mike.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. There's a little golf clap because that's what me and Z hear when we birdie every hole. That's what we hear. Yep, right there, just like that. Okay, thank you guys for watching, man. I mean, look, I don't have the biggest audience, but I do have the very best.
That's
and
right.
I appreciate each and every one of you, and we're just going to keep doing what we do here, so y'all stay tuned. Monday's video is probably going to be the best video that I've ever made to date, so please be sure and watch that. Get all your dadgum friends to watch it. Oh, Big Perm making her debut, her Hollywood debut in style.
Oh, and she's a debut.
Yeah, that's quite a debut.
You, I've been in Mexico and I hadn't had that kind of fishing.
It's insane. So we will see you guys next time. Thank y'all for watching. Love each and every one of you. See you next time right here. Where we going to see them, Z?
On your Lake Fork Guide, baby.